Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, all right. We ready to get started or what? All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Regroup. Or that's what we do. We regroup. You know, after a long day, after getting out there, getting it in, getting after it. You know, we do it. That's how we do every day around this time. You know, we fall back, we regroup, we recoup, we review, we get revitalized, we get ready for the next day. Right? We celebrate our victories. You know, we figure out what we did wrong, right? We figure out what's going on in the world a little bit too, right? Don't we do all of that? Come on now. Can I get a witness? It's 5 p.m. here on the West Coast. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where we at? Where we at, chat? Where we at, chat? What's good? What's good? All right. We got a full board tonight, y'all. We about to get it. Who's ready? Who's up for it? So we're going to start off with some Soulja Boy news. Reports are saying that he opened the doors to Rappers University, and no one showed up, apparently. So we're going to discuss it respectfully. But we won't be that respectful. I mean, well, I'll try. I won't promise. Next up is A$AP Rocky. His interviews keep giving, you know, but today it's not beef. It's about Harlem. You know, the rent story, the brother story, the whole Pretty Flacko origin. Anybody up on that? Anybody know what's up on the Pretty Flacko? You know, real 1 hours. You feel me? We're going to touch on that Keefe D trial coming up in a few days. Anybody know what's up with that? The Tupac. Okay, you got GTA 6 news that just broke the internet, apparently. GTA 6, I was always breaking the internet, man. We got an extended look. So they have some type of premiere that's coming out on Netflix later this month. We're gonna talk a little bit about Pooh Shiesty. He's still getting it in like he was out. He getting it in like he on the outs. How about that? You know, ain't no jail cell gonna stop him. Ain't gonna stop his grind with it. Real talk. All right, so let's lock in. Let's count it off. Who's ready to get it? All right. So, you know, for all the nonsense that Soulja Boy done talked over the years, I mean, you know, he kind of make himself fair game. Am I right? You know, because he be talking though. But anyway, so before we get started, let's get a few words from Mr. Soulja, Mr. Boy. Mr. Soulja Boy. Be respectful. So, yeah.
Popping off this month. I wish I could have just went ahead and shot it, but I had to make it good. I had to make it perfect. I had to push it back. We got so many student applications, bro. I'm like, yo, we need to go over all the student applications. And then the teachers, we started getting rappers and celebrities DMing us, talking about, can we come be a teacher? Can we come? So before I just told everybody, no, and just ran with who I have it, I pushed it back so I can try to have the most people I can have on the rap university.
All right, well,
the biggest rapper teachers y'all can get. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to just start the shit and be like, oh, he did it without him. You know how people be in their feelings, like rappers and celebrities. So I pushed it back. You know what I'm saying? These folks talking about I didn't did rap university and ain't nobody showed up.
That's what they saying.
I ain't even did it yet. I was looking for a venue, so I was gonna do in-person auditions where people could pull up. So I was trying to find a good venue. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That wasn't even a school venue. I already got the whole school rented out. I already got the school. I'm not looking for no school no more.
All right.
That was a venue. They clipped me walking through a venue, looking for a venue for people to come do auditions, and said that ain't nobody come to rap. I don't know, the internet crazy, bro. But that's how you know you doing something right, man. When you doing something right, they gonna make up lies on you, Jack.
You doing
Don't
it right.
never get it twisted. When you get popping and you get lit, they not gonna tell the truth. They gonna make up lies.
Let nigga hold something.
I'm like, damn, how the fuck are you supposed to defend lies? Like these niggas straight lying like this. I'm like, what the fuck? Rap University popping up this month. Go to www.rapuniversity.net.
All right, I'm going.
It's not too late. Send your application. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start filming in like 2 weeks. You know know what I'm saying? My birthday just passed. I had a lot going on. I had hella shows. I had 4 shows back in LA.
All right.
Last week before that, I had 3 shows. I've been on the tour. I've been on the road all year. It's just hard managing the clothing line, performing, Rap University, record label. I'll be dealing with a lot on a daily basis. You know,
You mean assistant soldier?
I don't know what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they got a hate campaign. I don't know if somebody paying them to say this. I don't know if like I don't know what they got going on. But these people is literally like got a smear campaign going on Rap University. They straight making up shit on this chat. They literally said nobody came to Rap University. That's a lie. But Rap University hasn't started yet. It's popping off this month. We had to push it back because we got a lot of stupid student applications. And then after we finally accepted all the students, we started getting hella teachers applying. Hella rappers and celebrities DMing, can I come to Rap University? It got overwhelming. So I was like, yo, let's put this shit back and let's review it as many people we can so we can get the most people we can, because I ain't want to leave nobody out. And obviously that was a bad idea. I should just went with the students I had, went with the teachers I had and said, fuck everybody and just shot that shit and got it over with. Because now niggas is talking about ain't nobody showing up. Man, Rap University.
All right. Y'all seen that? You heard that? You heard that? You seen that? So before I say what I'm saying, what's your thoughts on it? Come on. Let's hear it. Let's talk about it. I think he probably had to do that. You know, if he didn't have a response, I don't know. I mean, you know, if he didn't have a response, he have to push it back, I would imagine. You know, hopefully what he's saying is true and everybody's trying to get in there and he's just trying, you know, just having some administrative issues to resolve. Nothing wrong with that. That's all good. That's cool if that's the case. But, you know, what else, you know, so we'll see. You know, time will tell. You know, if nobody want to go, I'm sure nobody's still gonna want to go, no matter how long you push it back. If they ain't looking for it, they ain't checking for it, ain't nobody going to it. That's it. That's my take on it. But I'll go if he needs somebody. You know, I got some bars, you know, too. You know, I want to know how to rap, like, you know, take my bars to the next level. I mean, I got them. You know, I ain't saying I don't have them. I do. You know, I spit some bars, but you know, I want to, you know, maybe tighten them. You know, make it a little crispier. You know, a little drippier. You know what I mean? Just trying to, you know, just tighten them up a little bit. All right, so moving right along. Okay. Any questions so far? You know, I don't want to leave nobody. I don't want nobody, no students left back. No student left behind. That's cool. But you know, this is still kind of it's still kind of soldiers, you know, retaliation from Kai Cenat, not Kai Cenat not inviting him to Streamer University. He wanted to get on there, you know, with all these shows, all this money. He still want to get in the streamers, get that streamer money. But you know, Kai's Streamer University worked because, you know, like people really were clamoring for that. You know, it wasn't like he had to try to twist people's arm to get them in there. You know, it was kind of inverse. You know, I think there was a little more buzz for that, a little more, you know, people checking for that. You know, counter program out of anger is a losing genre. You know, and every response app or response award show or response university ever created, you know, it's like a response to what Kai is doing. And let's not get it wrong, you know, he's putting on a master class, you know, because he got it figured out, you know. And you know, just to be clear, he never said one word this entire arc, and you know, won every round with these dudes that come at him, especially Soulja. So the silence turned like Soulja's whole campaign into like a solo performance, because you know he wants that engagement, he wants that back and forth, and Kai ain't giving it to him. But that's the lesson, you know. Sometimes the loudest response is an empty room, or no response, or no response at all is the loudest response. So what's up, y'all? Y'all ready? Y'all want to check out that Streamer University or what? So next topic is one that we kind of discussed yesterday, which was that ASAP Rocky. You know, in the same interview they gave us the bare knuckles, but today's clip hits a little different. You know, ASAP Rocky was pays the rent for every tenant in his grandmother's Harlem building, allegedly, because she refuses to move out of one of the neighborhood, the old neighborhood, apparently. So that story got 88,000 views. And the comments are just like pure love. So I mean, that's kind of a feel good story that came out of the you know, bare knuckle deal. So that's the quiet, you know, type of money move that never gets like the recognition or a rollout. You know, nobody want to make a big deal about that, but if all that's true, I mean, that's a solid move, you know, helping out people. The origin story is like when he opened up about his brother's untimely demise on the same block where he grew up, you know, and he apparently that's how that loss of his brother created the Pretty Flacko nickname or moniker or you know, whatever you would call that. The flashy name came from a dark place, real dark place for him. So real context for anyone who actually would know that the Fashion Week version of, you know, most people only know the Fashion Week version of ASAP Rocky. So that's a little insight that most people don't know. But so apparently there was some drama between him and ASAP Ferg, carrying over. So Rocky admitted that Ferg changing his name genuinely hurt him. You know, the ASAP family history matters to him. You know, I guess he didn't want him changing his name. You know, I don't know why anybody would care. You know, when you grown people do grown people things, you know. You know, grown people do grown people things. You know, you change your name, you change your name. You don't, you don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what does Ferg feel about it? That's my question to it. What made him, what compelled him to do that? It had to be something. Anyway, next topic. Let's I'm getting a little behind here. But one question for the chat. Does this interview change how you rank Rocky? And like how you feel about him as an artist and a man? But does it affect that at all? Knowing a little more insight into who he is and how he gets down behind the scenes. I would say so. It would. I think that's a solid move. Helping somebody. When you got it, what difference would it make? If you got money like that and you can pay everybody's rent in the building and not feel it, and it's all good, it's all love. Why not? I'm sure they appreciate it. Okay, Keefe D countdown. So we're gonna do a 1 minute recap just for new viewers. So daily coverage of the legal process with that Keefe D / Tupac case starting on the 10th, which is going to be next week. And so lock in predictions in the chat now. We're gonna screenshot and revisit that at the end, at the verdict. So feel free to go ahead and drop that in the box. Drop that in the comments below. TJX6, anybody know him? Anybody heard of him? Out of Detroit, rapper. Well, he got arrested. Which rappers tend to do. That's nothing strange for a rapper. But anyway, Detroit rapper facing multiple charges, including a lot of interesting stuff. Hang on, let's go ahead and put that on the screen.
Known for rapping about fraud. He got hit with every charge in the book besides fraud, bro. This is crazy. Holy shit. Bro, this is honestly sad to see. Torturing animals is horrible. Reckless driving, gun charges, making false reports, and a suspended license is the icing on the cake. I don't know how to read these, so I might be wrong, but it looks like it happened in a bunch of different places too. We got Wayne CO, Macomb CO, Sterling, and a couple in Detroit. I mean, I could sit up here and act like I'm surprised, but I'm really not, bro. He just posted this the other day. He was still jugging targets. This is just sad to see, bro, and I'm not going to lie, it kind of hurts. The godfather of scam rap's going out sad, bro. Absolutely going out sad. This dude was supposed to be one of those ones with Babytron, bro. I don't know what the fuck happened, but judging by some of these charges, he's probably going to have to sit down and do some serious time, bro. It's wild, bro. I did not expect this at all. Man, TJX6.
How you gonna say he's the father or the godfather or whatever scam rap, but you didn't see him going to jail coming? I see it coming, and I don't even know the story. I see a lot of stuff coming for somebody that's gonna make it there. Make scamming people part of your repertoire. That's something you're proud of. Even if you are, that's the person you are. That's what you want to be known for. Well, that's what happens, I believe. Well, any crime, for that matter, if you are known for committing crime, then I'm sure your reputation will catch up with you. I believe that's the way that would work. But like the gentleman was saying, we got a Detroit rapper here. Detroit rapper facing multiple charges, reckless driving, gang-related counts, animal. What the animals have to do with it, bruh? And hey, you can't leave them out of it. You're gonna piss these white folks off with that. So these are just the early reporting. So, but those are allegations. So all this is alleged, and he's assumed to be innocent. That's the way it happens. You know, that's the way it happens. But he's the scam rap pioneer. But his luck may have run out. Next up is another really bad one. You know, this whole Sidney Starr one, which is the transgender person who was industry, and I think they were on with Love and Hip Hop or something at some point, because they were just more, I guess, since we're on the topic of scamming, because they were scamming people, having them thinking they were female or something. But you know, that's I guess everybody knows now, because this person is pretty popular, or at least was when they were on the show. So anyway, so apparently it had some type of inappropriate involvement with a person under 18, and they got a whole bunch of really disturbing charges. I mean, I guess even if it wasn't a minor, it'd still be pretty disturbing, but the fact that being a minor makes it so much worse. All right, next topic. So we're gonna do some rapid fire. Who's up for some rapid fire? All right, let's see if I can pull this up. Oh, way down in the Everglades, where the city lights can reach you. Hotter than the night, out here in the marshes. Hanging down from the old oak tree. We hide our secrets where the mud runs thin. They're so heavy that the heat feels sick. Got a shotgun loaded on the front porch bench, washing off the crime in a muddy ditch. You can run from the sheriff, you can run from the law, but you can't escape the jaws of the southern draw. We got small part of blood running through our veins, living on the edge of the hurricane range. Now we're only on night where the devil's play, hiding in the shadows till the break of day. Oh, the city got neon, but the smoke got soul. And out here in the dirt, we're in full All right. That looked pretty legit. Who getting that? Anybody pre-ordered it already? Man, that looked pretty sharp right there. So that's a video game preview that's getting streaming premieres like a Scorsese film or something. And honestly, correct. Half this chat is requesting off time, I'm sure. August 27th is when it's coming out, y'all. So be on the lookout. You know, half of y'all being honest about it. Half of y'all being upfront about it. The other half probably lying about it. If that don't make you excited, I don't know what's gonna do it. All right, so next up we got some Pooh Shiesty news. You know, so he dropped All Eyes on Shiesty. All Eyes on Shiesty. So I guess that drops at midnight tonight. You know, so that's a surprise. I know. So All Eyes on Shiesty drops at midnight. Surprise album from Inside. Last Man Breathing is already out. Okay, that's what it is. So tomorrow we'll react after having listened to it. All right. So Drake and ASAP Rocky, we still on Wax Watch since day 3. No new shots since Burning Bridges. And Rocky's fact check. You know, the Barbados Post is still doing numbers though, so I don't know. But you know, I like I said yesterday, I don't consider that as actual response to a battle rap. So he got to come with it. He need to get some bars, get your bars together. You know, do what you got to do. This is go time. It's go time. No dancing around. Come on, bring it. Kai Cenat and I Show Speed. You know, they had some hardcore Minecraft gameplay recently. Are they still alive? Anybody know? We get proof of life on them.
Please, stop talking. Stop talking. Don't do that. Why would we play Minecraft again on hardcore? You know how long it's been? I didn't know who's 3 new balls this. How was I supposed to know? We've been playing for 98 hours, Steve. How many do we have left? Did we get them all? Did we get them?
No, listen, you're going to take the warden, and I'm going to...
What is a warden? What is a warden, Steve?
Oh my gosh, we might be cooked.
What?
This stream is going to take forever. You don't know what the warden is.
No, I don't. But let me say something, okay? You go right, and I'm going to go left. And whatever happens, happens.
If you die this time, I'm going to kill you.
3, 2, 1. Ah!
That's cool. That's cool, right? Everybody cool with that? That looked pretty interesting. Man, I love how interactive games are now. You know, when I was young, we didn't have that. You know, I mean, it's cool. That's cool for kids, you know, but they don't know what it's like to be disconnected playing the game. It's still, it was fun, but this is like way better than that. I mean, you know, we were disconnected. We still had a good time, but you know, people had to be at your house to play. You know, so that makes it a little inconvenient. Bella Thorne. Anybody want to talk about Bella Thorne? Bella Thorne is up. We're supposed to be doing like rapid fire on this, so I'll keep it quick. So Bella Thorne says Disney pitted her against Zendaya on Shake It Up. The Child Star Machine story keeps coming. Well, talk about it. And Zendaya's silence remains elite. Okay, well, you know, maybe they did. Maybe they didn't too. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. We don't know. I don't know. I don't say what we know. I say I don't know. But, you know. But if you know somebody pitched you against someone, you don't have to be against someone. If you know that, then you know that they might not necessarily be against you. If you know that, then you know that. Olivia Rodrigo. The expectations is actually going to hit 100 million streams. That's pretty significant, right? Anybody? I think that's pretty significant. See how I did this. $100 million streams. Okay. Go ahead. This one to do that. Okay, wait. 100 million streams. All right. Better. All right. Her 38th song. Her 38th song to do it. Okay. So that's pretty consistent work that she's been putting in. So on a somber note, this is with heavy hearts that we report. For those who already know, then you already know, but we lost a TikTok creator here recently, Sidney Starr. Rest in peace, Sidney Starr. Condolences, thoughts and prayers goes out to the family. Apparently she had been battling a rare form of cancer, and she ultimately succumbed to her illness, the tender age of 26. She let millions walk through with her through something most people would hide and not have the courage to do that. So, prayers up for Miss Tao, and prayers to her friends and family. And so let's see. That being said, check on your loved ones, check on your friends, check on your family. You're putting off your doctor's appointments, and go book it. Go see the doctor. if you haven't recently, just make sure you're okay. So let's ready for some. Who wants to do some Q&A? Anybody? Anybody here? So let's throw out some questions. Let's get it going. Let's see if we can get through this. Soulja Boy, does he rant, rebrand, or retreat? What's his next move? I would predict that he will rebrand because I think that's his only play right now is to rebrand and regroup. Well, he's gonna regroup. I think he's already in that regrouping process. So this rebrand is after he's already kind of fallen back. He's already retreated. He's already done that part. That's why he's trying to get some of this streamer buzz. You know, I think he's a talented entertainer. So, you know, if you're a talented entertainer, that means you already have some skills, some pertinent skills on how to hold someone's attention. If you have that already and you want to convert that skill from being on the stage with a microphone and go to being on a live with a microphone, I think you'll be okay. I don't think you'll completely suck. You know, when you have 20 years experience being in entertainment, I think you'll be able to transition. You'll find your lane. I believe that. That's not outside the realm of possibility that you if you're an entertainer that been entertaining for 20 years, I'm pretty sure you will continue to entertain. You will continue to be entertaining. You know, a lot of his viral moments were not just from his songs. You know, he got a lot of viral moments just from things he said on the Breakfast Club or World Star Hip Hop or whatever the case may be, somewhere other than a studio recording booth. You know, so with that being said, I'm sure that he'll transition just nicely. He's trying to find his best way in, so he doesn't have to start from complete scratch, which he not starting from complete scratch, but he's trying to jump in with some buzz from the top dog. But you know, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Not in real boxing, not just celebrity boxing, even in real boxing. You just can't go challenge the champ. You know, you gotta work your way there. So maybe he got to challenge somebody a little low level and get on one of these fight cards. You know, somebody will fight him. I mean, you know, I think it still would have some type of entertainment value to watch Soulja Boy fighting somebody. You know, he was supposed to fight Chris Brown years ago, and they were throwing big money at him to do that. And somehow that fight fell apart. But, you know, that just shows that he could fight somebody for some number. Now, will he do it? Well, you know, time will show, time will tell if he still feels that that's a good idea when it's time to do it. But I'm pretty sure he'll have some type of options. But nah, I think he's working his way down, and I think it's smart. You know, I think he's smarter than he acts at times. I think he's a strategist. You know, he knows how to. I'm pretty sure he's going to understand this game if he doesn't already, and he's going to make the appropriate moves when it's time to make those. That's what I predict. I think that he's going to find somebody that's going to maybe fight him to get some type of buzz, and he'll be streaming from then on. He'll be, maybe before then, he'll be streaming, training for the fight. And that'll transition him into his own channel if that's what he's trying to do. I'm sure it'll go something like that. The ASAP Rocky rent story. What's the most quietly generous thing you've seen someone do? Quietly generous. I've seen some generous stuff. Nothing comes to mind at the moment, but I don't think I've seen anybody do that. That's pretty extraordinary to do. You know, I mean, that's beyond just nice. That's beyond just being, hey man, good looking out. That's better. That's way beyond. That's a level of significance that most, you know, don't do. Who pays your rent? Who's willing to do that? Who do you hear doing that? I mean, that's a hell of a lot of money for a building. How many units is that? Maybe it's not that many units. I mean, I couldn't imagine him, you know, paying, you know, 30, 40 people's rent, but you know, who knows? I mean, you got billions of dollars. I mean, what's 30 rents? I don't know. But maybe it's not that many people. Maybe it's one of the smaller building where it does not like that much, and you know, I don't know. I don't know anybody who would do anything like that. So the whole thing is just hard to believe, but it's just, I mean, it's still a, you know, feel good story nonetheless, you know. Final call for Monday. What are we thinking? What are the predictions? Conviction? Hung jury? Does he get off? Does he beat it? Does Keefe D beat the case? Who believes that he beats the case? Let's start there. Who believes that he beats the case? I think there's no way he beats this case. I mean, not completely. I think they're gonna settle. I mean, if I was a betting man, and I don't even know all the details, but I'm just saying, if I had to bet on that, I would probably bet that they end up somewhere in between. I think it's such an old case. It's like, you know, how strong can this evidence be on something 30 years old? Everybody that was there passed away. I mean, you know, how strong could this evidence be? You know, this guy is elderly at this point. I mean, I think they land somewhere in the middle. I think when the cards start coming out, I think they end up going back to the negotiating table ultimately, because I think both sides really can't stand a loss. Maybe they can get him a few less than 10, and he'd be a fool not to take that. You know, if they give them 6 years on that, you take that and run. I think 5, 6 years, you take that in the New York Minute and you run to a jail cell. You pick your cell. You know, so, you know, that beats the hell out of 25 if that's on the table. So anyway, what else? GTA 6 on Netflix. Genius marketing or wait for the game energy? I think it's brilliant. I think that is brilliant. I think it's brilliant for both parties. You know, how often do we see that on Netflix? You know, I think that's definitely a sign of the times. You know, they're really catering to what people will watch. You know, people watch video games. People watch other people play video games. I mean, that wasn't a thing, you know, as much years past, but that's what people are willing to do now. So, I mean, I think that shows how Netflix is evolving to what young people are willing to do or what younger people consider entertainment. Now, my generation, we didn't look at people playing video games like that, but my little brothers, they do. So it's a little different. We didn't, you know, we didn't have Netflix. I mean, we didn't have Netflix either. We didn't have Netflix or YouTube growing up. So it's definitely different in that regard. So okay. Pooh Shiesty. Can an incarcerated rapper have an album of the summer? Yes. Yes. That's my final answer. Yes. It don't matter where these people are. Incarcerated around the world. Where are they any damn way? I don't know where they are. They can be incarcerated, and if they, I mean, if they got a banger, they got a banger. If it's hitting, it's hitting, regardless of where they are. I don't need them. I don't need to see them for it to be a better song. You know, maybe it's hard for these companies to promote these albums or these songs or whatever like it may need if the artist is incarcerated. But why do you need them? Yeah, matter of fact, that album is so you don't need them. Actually, you know, that's the whole point of recording music. That's the point. We have your recorded album. We don't need you. You can go. Before that, before recording music, you needed the artist to come sing the song. That's the beauty of, you know, iTunes. You don't need them. And you don't even need a hard copy of a cassette, a 8-track, a CD, whatever the case may be. You don't even need none of that. You just have to have your phone and just play it. Apple Music, done. So, you know, no. Answer in short, no. He can do all his time and he can get his proceeds when he gets out, however that works out. Final count, Soulja Boy. Build a university. Forgot the students. Enrollment 0. Kai won a war without sending a text. Let's see. Oops. ASAP Rocky pays his grandmother's whole building's rent. That's great. Pretty Flacko, Prettier Heart. Okay. TJX6, the charges are not a scam tutorial, ironically. Okay. Facts only. We'll track it though. Keefe D, 4 days. Predictions locked in. GTA 6, August 27th. Be on the lookout. Netflix. Like the culture event it is. And once again, rest in peace to Sidney Starr, only 26. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And we'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Peace.